What is deposition voltage? A minimum voltage required to deposit particular substance on either cathode or anode. That voltage is called as deposition voltage. Now here, the simple thing is that hydrogen is having very less deposition voltage than sodium, whereas chloride ion is having high deposition voltage than hydroxyl ion. Hydroxyl means OH minus ion. So here two ions are playing important role. One is sodium ion and another one is chloride ion. So sodium ion is having greater deposition voltage than hydrogen, and chloride ion is having greater deposition voltage than hydroxyl ion. As a result, they will not come out from the solution. Suppose I am using here aqueous solution of sodium chloride, then whatever EMF I am applying, the first deposition voltage is of hydrogen and then of hydroxyl ion, then of sodium. Therefore, sodium will not come out of the solution. Instead of that, hydrogen will come out of the solution. And on anode, instead of chlorine, we are getting hydroxyl ion on anode. Hydroxyl ions are deposited. Let us take this interesting reaction, because OH minus are having very critical or somewhat difficult reaction to understand. So 4 OH minus ion, they are deposited on anode. So they are donating electron, and we are getting 2 H2 plus O2 plus 4 electrons. So simply 4 OH minus. So here 4O, 4H. Whereas here I am writing 2H2, that means 2 2s are 4, 4 hydrogens, so 4 hydrogens are balanced. 2 oxygen, reminder 2 oxygen that is liberated here. Whereas this is the reaction on anode. So at cathode, 4H plus 4 electrons. Cathode is donating electron. So we are getting 4 nascent hydrogen. This 4 nascent hydrogen will combine to give hydrogen gas. So 2 hydrogen, then that is balanced out. So this is the reaction at cathode, and this is the reaction at anode. So suppose we are carrying out fused sodium chloride electrolysis, then we are getting sodium and chlorine. But suppose we are carrying out aqueous solution of sodium chloride as electrolyte, then on anode, instead of chlorine, we are getting oxygen, and on cathode, instead of sodium, we are getting hydrogen, and therefore we are not able to carry out electrolysis of sodium and chlorine. The answer lies in this word that is called as deposition voltage. Deposition voltage of sodium is greater than hydrogen, and deposition voltage of chlorine is greater than hydroxyl ion. Therefore, the substance having less deposition voltage get deposited first, and higher deposition voltage later, and therefore we are having deposition of hydrogen instead of sodium. Now same principle we can just check out. We have discussed that in case of sodium chloride, in order to decrease its melting point, we are adding potassium chloride. The reason is that potassium will not deposit unless entire sodium is deposited. The deposition voltage of potassium is higher than sodium, and therefore no doubt that only sodium is deposited and potassium will not deposit. So this electro refining technique we can use in order to purify metal. When metallurgy we are discussing, there we are carrying out this process as electro refining. Why? Because at particular deposition voltage only particular metal is deposited, and by using this technique one can separate out the metals or alloy or say impurities from the desired pure metal. So this technique is used for electro refining technique. Then this technique we can use for electroplating also. Now here sodium obtained is in molten form, but suppose instead of sodium chloride we are using different metals, say for example copper sulfate we can use, then we can have layer of copper on cathode. So whatever the material that is to be plated, that is considered as cathode, and on that we have to deposit the substance. That ions we are taking as positive ion, so that is called as electroplating technique. Obviously there is question suppose we are carrying out electroplating, then what is the weight of substance deposited? Suppose I have to carry out plating of gold, then I must consider about weight. I have to consider each milligram of gold. You are aware how costly, and therefore we have to carry out this electroplating with careful calculation. The calculations are carried out on basis of certain laws. Michael Faraday is the name of scientist. According to Michael Faraday, he carried out variety of experiments and then set certain laws. So let us start out the Faraday's law or Faraday's laws about. Let us discuss Faraday's first law. According to this law, we have to consider about weight of substance deposited on cathode. Suppose I have to plate a particular metal, say for example gold, on silver ornament. So silver ornament's weight is suppose 10 gram. On that I have to plate gold. Say only 1 gram gold I have to plate it. So how and what way I can use that? For that purpose we are using Faraday's law. Faraday's carried out this type of experiment and ultimately able to conclude that weight of substance deposited. Instead of stating law first, we can carry out experiment once again. This is now hypothetical. This is some electrolyte. This is the cathode. Suppose I have to plate this ornament. Whatever this ornament is there, I am making cathode. This is completely dipped in the solution. Whereas, what is the electrolysis carried out? For that, anode is required. Suppose I have to plate copper over here or zinc over here. Suppose this ornament is plated with zinc. So I have to use this as zinc. I have to use solution which will contain Zn+2 ion. So usually we can use ZnSO4. So I can use here ZnSO4. So that will contain Zn+2 ion, and we are carrying out electrolysis. The longer time I am keeping this, that means more and more substance is going to deposit. Suppose I am using this for 1 second, then I am using for 2 seconds, then 3 seconds. As time increases, the amount of substance deposited on cathode, that is also going to increase. So the weight, I can say, that is directly proportional to time. As time increases, the weight of substance deposited is more. Same way, suppose I am using here 1 cell in the circuit. Instead of that, suppose I am using 2 cells. Instead of that, suppose I am using 3 cells. That means I am increasing out current and EMF both. Then also I am getting more and more substance deposited, and ultimately one can conclude, instead of concluding like this, weight of substance deposited is directly proportional to quantity of electricity passed or quantity of charge that is passed. So what is quantity of charge passed? That is the I. I means what? Current flowing through the circuit. So that is I. And for what time? So that is T. So Q, that is equal to I. I means electrical current and T means time. Obviously time must be in terms of second. So I am having now equation as Q, that is equal to IT. Therefore, I can substitute here that W is directly proportional to I into T. So first we are established about T, but now we are calling this way. So this is Faraday's first law, that weight of substance deposited on cathode, that is directly proportional to amount of current and the time in second. Now I am not able to carry out my work with this type of calculation, direct proportional or inverse proportional. Instead of that, I have to establish equation. So we are establishing here equation W, that is equal to, I have to use some constant into I into T. Proportionality sign can be removed by putting equality sign and some constant. Now we are aware that everywhere constants are specific. Here we are giving a specific constant. This constant is called as Z. Z is constant only, but this is having some specific value. This is called as electrochemical equivalent of the metal. I am revising the term. This is called as electrochemical equivalent of the metal. So this is Z. Can we determine value of Z? Answer is yes. We can determine value of Z very easily. This is different for different metals. So equation W is equal to ZIT. This equation is called as Faraday's first law. Now it's obvious that I am using current as 1 ampere and I am using it for 1 second. So if I am using for 1 second 1 ampere current, then whatever weight of substance deposited on cathode, that is equal to Z into 1 into 1. Therefore W, that will be equal to Z when current is 1 ampere and it is used for 1 second. So simply I have to take I have to take a cathode, dry it, clean it, dry it and weigh. So I am having known weight of cathode. Now insert here, carry out this experiment when we have to apply current of 1 ampere for 1 second. Remove this cathode, dry it and again weigh. So my first weight will be W1, whereas only cathode is made up of that particular metal. Then my second weight will be W2, where some of the metal is deposited on cathode. So what is the weight of metal deposited on cathode? That W is equal to W2 minus W1. This difference weight, that is equal to Z, because I is 1 and current is also 1. So this way we can determine electrochemical equivalent of the metal. So according to this Faraday's first law, we can determine electrochemical equivalent of the metal. I am defining now what is electrochemical equivalent of metal. That electrochemical equivalent of metal or electrochemical equivalent of substance is weight of substance deposited on cathode or anode, whatever the thing we have to find out. The weight of substance deposited on electrode when current of 1 ampere is flowing through circuit for 1 second. Then that weight is called as electrochemical equivalent of the substance. So this way we can determine electrochemical equivalent. So while writing, we can write this as ECE. ECE, that is equal to Z. What is ECE? Electrochemical equivalent of the substance. So this is Faraday's. I hope you are able to understand the concept. But in order to understand the concept more clearly, we can solve simple sum first based on Faraday's first law. So just take it down. We are carrying out electrolysis of copper sulfate and we have to find out weight of copper deposited on cathode. Let us check out the sum. Write down. What is the weight of copper deposited on cathode when 0.5 ampere current is used for 1 hour and 30 minutes. I am revising. What is the weight of copper deposited on cathode when current of 0.5 ampere is used for 1 hour and 30 minutes? The solution is aqueous copper sulfate solution. From that we have to find out weight of copper deposited, and so we must aware what is ECE or electrochemical equivalent of is 3.29 into 10 raised to minus 7 kg per coulomb. Okay, let us write down and solve this sum. I, the current used, that is 0.5 ampere. Then T, we are using this for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So prolonged process is there, but I am not interested in this 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I have to convert this into seconds. So 1 hour, that is equal to 3600 seconds, and 30 minutes, that is equal to 1800 seconds. So total amount of seconds, that is equal to 0045 seconds. Therefore, now I can write down T as 5400 seconds. Now, electrochemical equivalent Z, that is equal to 3.29 into 10 raised to minus 7 kilogram per coulomb. I can write this way, kilogram per coulomb, or I can write this way also, kilogram per coulomb raised to minus 1. That means this will come at denominator. So any method that is useful. So this is the data representation we are carrying out. First the data, then what we have to find out, weight of substance deposited. Now obviously Z is given in terms of kg and current is given in terms of ampere. Therefore weight of substance deposited must be in terms of kilogram. So after writing this, what is the proper method? That W, we have to write down formula, W is equal to ZIT. Make box, that means that is the highlighting of formula. So W is equal to, now substitute the value Z, that is 3.29 into 10 raised to minus 7 into I, that is 0.5. I can write 0.5 as 5 into 10 raised to minus 1 in order to simplicity. Multiply by T. T is 4 into 10 raised to 2. I am converting 5400, so 54 into 10 raised to 2. So simple thing that we have to carry out this calculation only. So I can consider this 329 10 raised to 2, I can match over here. So 329 into 5 into 54. 10 raised to 2 I am converting here as 329. So that is, then this is 10 raised to minus 1 into 10 raised to minus 7. So that will be 10 raised to minus 8. Now simple thing is that carry out this calculation. Whatever that calculation, multiply by 10 raised to minus 8 kg. So start calculation. So for this purpose, I have to go by simple method of multiplication. So 329 multiply by this figure. So 5 4s are 20. 5 5s are 25 plus 2, 27. So I can go by two method. Simply I have to put 0 and multiply this by 27. If you are having table of 27 perfect, then you can carry out this calculation, multiply by 27 and find out the answer. So 243. So 243, I am removing this 0, first multiplying by 27. So 27 9s are 243, carry forward 24, 27 2s are 54, 54 plus 4, 58 plus 20, 78, carry forward 7, 27 3s are 81, 81 plus 7, 88. Then put one more 0 here. So we are getting answer as 88830 into 10 raised to minus 8. I can shift out decimal here, 1 place, 2 place, 3 place, 4 place. So that will be 8830, no problem, into, I am shifting 4 place towards left, so into 10 raised to 4 into 10 raised to minus 8. That will make me 10 raised to minus 4 kg. Check out with your answer, this answer is there or not. So I can write down this last line again here, 8 point is into 10 raised to minus 4 kg, weight of substance deposited, that is equal to